So you guys are standing on a pile of rubble in the middle of this dark lake. And and the dwarves look around and they go, all right. And Gergen goes, it looks like we've made it down to the bottom of Death's Shore. Welcome to the lower level.
Oh, just so that we don't miss
How
something obvious. Is this pile of rubble like just rubble, like a ruined town rubble?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's ruined town rubble.
I don't want to have this thing that we move on. It's like, and you finally notice the rubble is just all bones of human beings.
No, it's obviously crumbled buildings from Masiatica above.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there like a obvious way to get off of this into the shore of the lake?
It's little islands with a huge body of water around them. And Gergen steps forward.
I assume the water's not super deep between them, though. Probably.
You can't see the bottom
we
of
don't
it.
know.
So hold on a sec. So Gergen steps forward and he unrolls the map that they brought with them. And he goes, all right.
Did you want me to look at the words?
Yes, please.
Okay.
According to this map, the entirety of basically the floor around here is just water. The entire thing is a lake, or a massive body of water underneath the city.
Well, that is good to know, because if your map agrees with what we are seeing, then I feel greater confidence. If your map said this is a desert and there should have been a cactus over there, I'd be very upset.
Apparently, the underpart of the city, the lower city buried beneath Death's Shore, is in the water beneath the rubble of Death's Shore. So down below the water here, there's another city that's been submerged beneath the water.
How many cities are in this freaking place?
I also don't understand how we are going to explore an underwater city.
We aren't. We're looking for Death's Shore. Whatever city's below, we don't care about. I'm just saying, be mindful of it.
No, but you say we are now on the level of Death's Shore.
Yes, we are. I assume it's the shore of the lake.
Oh, you're saying there's
in the
a
middle
city beneath?
Lower, under the water.
Oh, I see. Okay, I thought you meant like an underwater city.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So,
right.
So they go, all right. And he points over to Anson, get the boat out.
Good, what?
And Anson goes over to the edge of the water and he takes
Oh, that's
out...
right. We've seen this boat up there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's right.
So he takes out this piece of paper and unfolds it slowly.
Yes, that's right.
And as he unfolds it and
Yeah, I
throws it
forgot
on
that
top of the
after a while.
water, a boat suddenly becomes pops out of it in a 3D form and lands with a splash onto the water. And yeah, it's the same boat you guys saw.
It's an amazing item.
Yeah, in the Grand
I don't
Prison.
remember seeing this. But... Oh.
Here's when we went to the
He
paradise.
made a joke about it
I don't
having a
remember-
beard on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it get unfolded, though.
Yeah, I don't think you guys did.
Oh, okay.
But Gergen goes, all right. So the rock formations down here are built out of massive forms of rock that rise up to support Masiatica above us. A lot of them create crags and different passageways where the water runs between them. It basically becomes some sort of a maze. Although according to this map, we should be able to subvert that quite easily. We can get around them. Yeah. All right. Everybody into the boat.
No. Our friend
Yeah,
Merek
just
over
some
here is
words.
examining some scraps of paper here, and you don't want to disturb him when he's in his trance.
Are they
All right.
common,
The-
dragon,
The,
neutral, or lot?
the dwarves groan a bit and they go, let's just get to the horde. Anyway, they are written in dragon.
Yeah.
And it's obvious from you looking at the format of the scraps and stuff that this was once a spell scroll. You don't know what spell, and it's in too much of a damaged state to salvage any of it, but it was obviously some sort of magical scroll at one time or another.
Damn.
Could you gain any benefit at all by just copying all the pieces down just to have, like...
It'd just be random draconic letters.
Okay.
Which, I already know.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I hope that these 7 coins were not, like, the focal points of the spell as, like... If you cast the 7 coins into the lake, they will grow into 7 dragons of battle.
What's the symbol on the coins?
Yeah. So the symbol on the coins, actually, that's an interesting thing. So you notice that the coins are definitely an older minting for one thing. Mm-hmm. For another thing, the symbol on all of the coins is different, as if they came from many different locations across the world.
Are they different metals?
They're different constructions of coins, but they're all made out of gold.
I wonder if that was part of the spell.
So like there's different mintings, there's different images upon them. They obviously come from a variety of different countries.
Are they about the same size though?
Some of them are relatively different. Some of them are even in diamond shapes. Others are in circles. Some are a bit longer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh, these I would not spend. They are collectibles.
Yeah.
By diamond, do you mean square?
Well, like rhombus.
Or rhombus?
Like a baseball diamond.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's square.
Yeah, sure.
I will hold
Well,
it.
sure, but like
I will-
the symbol is
Or it could be a
oriented such that it's diamond.
Oh yeah, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
There's an
I mean,
obvious
sure,
up
come
or
on.
down
You
to the
could
symbol.
go and it'd be a square, but
It'd be hilarious. Like that's a square. No, that's a diamond.
It's a
That's like we
diamond,
just
bro.
spent
We
2
debate
hours.
this,
Like
yeah.
It's a fucking square.
Look, if we don't get this right, we're gonna die.
We'll come
That's
down
sure.
to it when a sphinx asks us, "What is the 7th century coin? A
Shit.
diamond or a square?"
That's right.
Is that your Sphinx voice?
anyway,
I like
so
I like it.
the dwarves stamp around impatiently and go, "All right, you ready? You finished with the scraps? Can we get on with it?"
Are these dwarves an extension of your frustration with how we
Nah,
At least
stay with
one
every
dwarf is.
detail?
nah. If,
Yeah, Gherkin is. Though.
if that's the case, then if they start dying off, it's going to mean something really weird. Anyway.
Yes. Alright, now that we have clarified that we haven't left a single stone unturned, we will now all pile into the boat.
let's turn all the stones in our rubble heap. Real quick.
Oh,
Once we're done unturning the stones, we gotta put them back.
as
We
I'm
should turn the
boarding
stones.
the boat, I will... Did I just say boat? Gosh darn it.
Boot.
I'm infecting you.
No, every once in a while a little bit of my Canadian comes through and I
Oh.
forget that
Yeah,
like, I'm not supposed to let it
Um.
happen. Like, as I'm boarding the boat... No, I can't even remember what it's like in American.
Yeah.
As I'm boarding the boat, I will make sure that I brush the water with my hand so that when I get on, I can surreptitiously taste it.
Okay.
All right. I mean,
Sure.
knowing that it's safe to
Okay.
touch is
Yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
I'm not touching.
knowing that touching the surface doesn't summon a monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this whole
The
weird
thought would
stillness is
probably
still a
have-
little freaky. In fact, when they put the
Much
boat in the
fun.
water, did it create ripples?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Are those ripples going out really far?
Really far.
Okay.
Beyond the
Interesting.
light of the mushrooms or your torches.
But
But that makes sense if the entire bottom part of this thing is a lake. Like if
I mean, it
extends out really
does.
far.
It's
Yeah.
just unnerving.
My,
With something having been alerted via twanging,
would you say my wardrobe spell is timed
not
out?
exactly at ease.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
the things disappear.
Okay. I just want to let's
Um,
be on the same page that no one got it.
so the water is clear and it tastes like salt water, like seawater,
Okay.
which you've had plenty of.
And
Too much of.
I know. The other thing is that does the water behave normally? Because if there's all these rubble things, when the boat gets in there and creates a ripple, there will be reflection ripples. Right?
It behaves as you would expect.
Okay, so it's not like because I
It's
want to
not
make sure
like-
that stillness is not some magical effect.
Yeah,
that,
no, it's not like
deadens
magical
the-
gelatin or anything. No, the
Okay.
only thing the stillness is supposed to impart is that there's no current.
Okay. Then I feel safe upon the boat. In fact, I'll get onto the part of the boat where I'll have the best experience when the boat starts moving.
Okay.
I'm the king of the world.
At the bow,
Yeah.
So the dwarves all pull out
lying
these,
down, paddling in
these-
the water.
Iron folded up things, and they go flick, and you can tell that they're fold out shovels.
Oh,
They
wow.
just- and they seem to use them as
Ooh, are they like Chinese army shovels?
Yeah.
Shovels?
Yeah.
I knew they had to
Right.
exist.
and they seem to use them as makeshift oars
Yep.
as they roll along.
course.
Ooh, of
Excellent.
course the dwarves would have those.
So the boat breaks off from the thing, and he goes, Anson turns to look at all of you, and he goes, "How did we end up being the ones rowing? You're the ones who are along in this venture." He's just kind of grumbling.
Wait, so James, what you're saying, in the future, I can play as a dwarf with a shovel axe in one hand, and then another shovel axe formed into a shield in the other, and be a shovel knight?
If you're part of the Arms and Armor
Shovel
company,
knight.
sure.
Of course I would be.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Was he referring to us or the other dwarves?
You three.
Oh, okay.
He's just grumbling.
Okay.
That's what Anson does.
No, I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't referring to the other
I don't like
dwarves,
Anson
implying that there
anymore.
might be some
He
thing
complains
going on.
too
There's a
much.
reason he's on the bottom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Psychosexual innuendo.
So you guys start rowing out away from the islands and make your way out past the breath of the mushroom's glow and into the dark water. And Gurgen goes, "Everybody light torches or some source of light. It's going to be incredibly dark down here."
What about this torch here? Is that one torch good enough, or do we need another?
No, everybody.
Everybody.
As much light as we can possibly grab.
That shouldn't make a significant difference having one and having five.
Hey,
right?
he's the master dungeoneer.
Yeah.
We should not.
I think
Step into his
conserving our
shoes.
resources is a pretty important point.
I
Did
think-
the
I
dwarves
think he's
understand
worried-
photonic wave theory?
I think he's worried about torches going out.
Oh, well, I mean, I
what
just
about
say
a ball of light?
I say Naruto twice and go boop boop. Now ball of light.
Okay. And Gurgen looks and goes, "Oh, I forgot I could do that. Well, problem solved."
Yeah.
So the orb
Yay.
shines down light upon you.
And we don't have to
Yeah.
waste our fuel.
and you guys go rowing along through the darkness of the caverns.
Yes, we do.
As you paddle off, moving away from the rubble, you can see that all around you there are these huge sides of caverns that go all the way up back to the ceiling where you came from.
Right.
And they're everywhere. And as you roll along the dark water, you can see that underneath you, at certain patches, there are more of those blue glowing mushrooms. And there's also, obviously, definitely a submerged city beneath this one.
Do we see any other bodies or anything?
Yes, you can see a variety of skeletons and bones floating in the water, old bits and baubles of trinkets floating, broken down chairs and tables.
They wouldn't be floating, right?
Is that a slip
drifting.
of a skeleton?
You mean like
Yeah, a couple
down at the
skeletons.
bottom?
Yeah, down at the bottom.
Oh,
okay.
okay. All right.
Or
Slip
off
the
on
tongue.
shelves, because sometimes it's
Right.
difficult to
Okay.
see the bottom.
You don't mean a literal skeleton floating.
No.
So
Alright.
now that we've seen all these, they're all skeletal, so they've been here a long time.
Yeah.
Mushrooms do grow on them, but
Yeah.
none of them have like mineralized or anything like that.
What do you mean by mineralized?
Because basically, whenever anything like
skeletons underwater.
yeah, anything that's skeletal underwater eventually mineralizes, which is why I was so shocked that he was able to get the amulet off so quickly. So it's a really weird effect if this is salt water, but there's no mineralizing.
Oh no, you okay? So yeah, you see
That's,
some.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
like the
because
salt
by-
collecting.
Yeah, because
on
by the time anything gets
I see what
skeletalized,
you mean.
like that thing is like encased and just like
Oh.
frozen into the
You-
side thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
they've,
that's
they've
just
been down,
natural.
it's all like hardened together.
Yeah.
they've been down here for a while.
Yeah.
That's very obvious. Like a long time, many
Yeah.
years. Many,
Right,
many
that's why
years.
the longer it's there, the more it becomes rock.
Okay, so yeah,
Right.
you definitely see some of that.
Okay, so it's super shocking that he had a skeleton that had none of this at all, and he was able to actually scoop an amulet off of it.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
Well, let's say there was some of it on there.
Yeah,
and
some
then
of it
just
was on
didn't,
there too,
didn't
I
think.
hinder
Get
the
the feel-
amulet.
Were we able to determine whether or not the amulet's magic actually prevented this natural effect from occurring? Like the area around the net was the area that didn't get mineralized?
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
Because the physics of
Oh.
it would be that he would be so encased that you could even hardly make out an amulet by the time they get to the skeletal phase.
Yeah, the amulet definitely stood out.
Alright.
But yeah.
So these other bodies are normally mineralized, like they're
Yeah.
just barely visible skeletons shaped
Yeah.
blocks of salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, you start rowing along. You can see a variety of buildings and stuff, and up above you, at every now and then, you can see interspersed along the cavern walls are spider webs that string along them and such, sewed along them at one point or another. And you guys sail along for maybe about 15 to 20 minutes without any incident. It's completely silent down here. There's no noise, not even the whistle of wind. And Gergen breathes out, and you notice that as you've been rowing along, it's starting to get a lot colder.
Are we?
Yeah.
Is it a quiet travel, or are we talking about something?
It's a quiet travel, but Gergen breathes out, and you can see his breath coming out from between his beard, and he goes, it's quite spooky down here. I'm used to being underground, and it's still giving me the heebie-jeebies."
Pull out my cloak and put it on.
All right. Yeah, Percival begins to
Nice and
shiver in the
warm.
front pocket. He goes, "I should have
How is
stayed
he
at home."
cold? He's covered in layers of my cloak and
He's
robes.
cold. He's
God
cold.
damn it, Percival.
So,
He's so fragile.
He's a supernatural being. He doesn't act like it.
So you eventually sail along for 15 or 20 minutes through the crags, and at one point Gergen goes, "Stop!" and the orb drifts above you and sprays light, and Gergen points over in one direction, and the orb kind of leans over and points towards it, and you can see that there is a high cavern entrance where the rock is naturally curved up and formed a kind of archway over, making a sort of gate-like structure leading into another set of crags and such. And Gergen goes, "According to the map, that way would lead us into some sort of labyrinth, directing us into the other parts of Dath Shore and the city.
Interesting.
But the horde we're looking for is on the outskirts, so we're heading that way." And he points along a part of the waterways that you were continuing along.
Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
I'll trust him.
the dwarves continue to row onward, and as you guys look up, you can see that there is a massive spider web hanging above this two crags that you're about to pass
Do
under.
these look like fresher spider
These are
webs?
much fresher.
Okay.
They've been in use for quite some time.
Do we hear anything from up above?
You hear faint chittering echoing
Oh no.
in the distance.
So it's interesting because at some point after this whole area collapsed, there was enough food source here that an entire nice civilization size mass of spiders lived here, built webbing, consumed food, but at this point, so like if this is the size that you described, like something happened where the food source went away, so the vast majority of them have died. Is there any?
Well, you've seen a couple of dead ones, but yeah, it's obvious that they're starting to die
There's
off.
there was some sort of ecosystem.
Yeah.
Right.
As I think was the thing that was going on here, and since we saw a few of them dead and in the outskirts.
Well, see, I was hoping that somewhere
Dying off.
between along the way, we'd look for other bodies to see if like they were like a colony or it's like just one every 100 miles or something like that.
You've seen a couple of dead hanging spider bodies, a couple more, but not a lot. Not enough to suggest that they're dying off, just that maybe their food shortages.
They still had human parts?
Yep, every single one had the human face with the 4 arms sticking out of it, and they're all holding candles.
Wow. 2 of them are holding...
2 of the arms, are holding a candle.
And the candles all look like they had burned out?
Burned down very low, so they're short little candles now, and they're out, yes.
That was the old ones, right? We can't see the candles for the new ones?
Yeah.
The ones that are above us?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wait, so they don't have lit candles, the new ones? Or the ones that are alive?
Well, we haven't seen them
any
yet.
live ones.
Yeah.
Because if they have lit candles, I am...
We would see them from super far away.
Yeah.
If there was any line of sight.
Plus, I want to light the candles on one of the dead ones to see what happens.
Also, like, they would endanger their own webbing if they're carrying around lit candles.
The webbing does become fireproof.
So you begin to float underneath one part of the web, and it's darker up there, and it's difficult to see. And Gurgen goes, and he turns to the other dwarves and goes, "Y'all smell that? There's a whole cache of gold up there." And they all turn their heads up and look, and Gurgen goes, "Let's point the light up there." And the orb slowly swivels the light up, and suddenly, as the spiderweb is alight, and you can see that there are 6 spidery forms looking down upon you. And as soon as the light lights on them, they go, and the human faces stretch out, and they go, and their candles that they're holding suddenly all alight. And along the webbing and along a couple of other parts, you can see that the candles light up, and then a couple more candles light up over here. So you can see that a total of maybe 8 spiders have lit up along the webs, and then they start crawling down the cavern walls to you.
Oh, so they don't flee from the light? Like
Nope. Roll for initiative.
We're in the water.
You're in a boat in the water.
Yeah, we're in a boat in the water. Maybe they can't swim.
Nice. Okay.
We should find if they're crawling down the cavern wall.
Plus.
I mean, we just stay in our boat 0. And we're like,
That's
spiders.
Right. All right, James, I got a 15.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Cool.
19.
All right. Dadriel's first. So there's a whole bunch of spiders crawling down the wall at you, and they're going along each side of the cavern wall. There's probably about 15 feet of water on either side of the boat to each of the cavern walls. There's also the spiderweb directly above your head, which is about maybe 45 feet up in the air.
Right. Well, I will have to trust the dwarves to be able to go evasive maneuver Omega.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so there wasn't any sort of glint of gold up there.
Not that you could see, but there were more of those webbed globes.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
They're gold collecting spiders.
Or sacrifices.
They're coin collecting spiders.
Oh, yeah. They only collect
Coin collection.
Do you remember from your old character whether or not your spider was a coin collector?
There's nothing about coin collection. That's
Got a
news
hobby.
to me.
Alright. Well, 15 feet is a lot. If these are man-sized spiders, they would have to, like, literally move, like, 5 spaces in order to get to me. So I'm going to count on them not being water strider spiders because based on their shape, they don't seem to have water strider mechanics in
They'd
their
have to be a
design.
lot longer and taller.
Yeah.
Well,
so
water strider mechanics don't scale, right?
Yeah, no,
it's the size.
Yeah, it would be much
So-
worse. Like they unless the water tension here is like crazy. It's like, what is this? Agar. It's like, so since we're not floating on Agar, I'm gonna count on them not being able to run across the surface of the water to get us.
Okay.
However, I am going to be
Jesus spiders though.
Yes. Well, you know, if we're Jesus spiders,
What
I'm gonna stand
What
down.
if the second coming was just as a spider human in an underground cave?
He wouldn't come as a colony of spiders. He'd come with just one.
Well, I mean,
cool
what if
spider.
it was just more convenient that way?
Ah, that's true. Maybe Jesus goes, as a swarm entity, I could resummon more people.
Look, I could just
Anyway.
consume so many
So
more
what do you
lost
do?
Alright,
civilizations.
so I'm going to be wary of them dropping from the surface.
Okay.
I'm also a little interested
Yeah, dropping
because
from up
having
above.
seen spiders most of my life growing up in the streets, I'm shocked that they are climbing down the walls and not dropping on us. Because it doesn't seem reasonable that they would think they could
Maybe they're
rock us.
jumping spiders.
Yeah. So I'll be wary.
Really-
I'll also
really
look to
brave
see if my
jumping
friend
spiders.
with the cool axe is drawing his axe or not.
Oh, the dwarves are battle ready.
All right.
Except for the one, like Gurgen was rowing and he's put his oar away for now. His makeshift shrivel away for now. And he's taken out the.
He's like,
hammer.
well,
The other dwarves are drawing their weapons. Dwarven picks, long swords, maces. Yeah.
I'm going to ready my barbed dagger, but since I can neither fly nor throw it and I don't want to lose it, then I'm not going to like blowgun these
hey, we have like ranged weapons, yeah.
I have
I have
a
a sling.
blowgun. Ooh, yeah. But I'm going to hold and wait until they get so I can have a reaction action or whatever is the equivalent thereof.
Too much 5e? Okay, you're going to hold your action.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, so they continue to scuttle down the walls at you. You were 19, you were 12, you were
15.
15. Merek's turn.
Dagger shield. That's 7 plus. Is it plus 5 like I need it to be? I'm level 2. Nope, it's plus 4.
You want Spellburn? Oh, you want
You
to
can't
burn luck?
you can't spell burn after the fact.
Yeah. You want
How
to
would
burn
I
luck?
burn a luck point?
I'm just guessing. Alright.
I
So
don't need
the spell
magic
fails?
shield. The spell fails.
But you don't lose it.
No, it's
Okay. I just checked.
It's an 11, which means I lose it.
So,
That's
Oh.
only once you reach second level, where 12 means failure but not loss.
okay. Alright. So you begin to cast the spell, and as you begin to weave and summon the symbols to cast Magic Shield, the spiders all seem to get very excited and agitated, and they seem to be drawn towards your magical energy.
Well, it fails, so
Yeah, it
Nothing
dissipates,
happens.
but yeah.
Did
Yeah,
their
the
faces
spiders
become
are
downcast?
disappointed.
No, they actually light up and smile.
No, when they see the spell fail, they become
Oh.
downcast.
Slightly.
It's like, oh, turkey dinner. Oh.
Okay. So, 14, spider's turn. So they scuttle down, and on one side of the cavern wall, one of them is hanging there, and it bends its legs inwards a bit, and then goes
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
and jumps right off the cavern wall and lands perfectly onto the boat.
Oh,
Just
my God.
and splashes onto it, and the dwarves go, "Roar!" Everybody give me reflex saves.
Good God.
Holy crap.
Oh, 15.
All right.
I lucked out.
13.
5.
Okay, so the boat rocks back and forth. Let me make some for the dwarves here. Wow.
No.
Okay, geez. All right, so the boat rocks
the
back and
dwarves
forth.
fall.
Actually, all the dwarves managed to hang on perfectly.
Oh, wow.
They're stable as rocks.
Oh.
But
Oh,
and
wow.
Merek's fine too. But Jovan and Dadriel go flying off the boat from the rockings into the water.
Shit.
Wait. There's
their
a s-
reflex saves are that much better.
No, they just rolled really high.
Alright.
That's why I was freaking out. So you splash off into the water on every side, and the boat rocks back and
I'm
forth.
sorry, would a 14 have made it?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna do my best to grab onto the boat.
Okay. You hit
Grab
the
onto
water.
the side of the
You can
boat.
grab onto the side.
Yes,
But you're
I-
in the water for now.
I move to do so.
So it splashes off, and the spider turns towards you, Merek, and goes. And then, as it does so, the face begins to open up, and the mouth opens wider. Give me a will save.
That's a 6.
Okay.
That's not great.
How many level 1 spells do you have?
Like all of them.
It
are level
eats
1
your
spells.
spells.
Oh, no wonder they're starving. No magicians come down here.
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. That you have available, or if Magic Shield is 5?
5.
Okay. Roll me a spell check for the second one on the list.
That's a. You want like everything plus everything?
Yeah, as normal.
That's a 10
So
for
the spell would
enlarge.
fail. Okay. You forget the spell enlarge. So as the thing opens its mouth wide, you feel the knowledge of enlarge you memorized for that day flowing out of your mind and into the spider. It goes and sucks it in and absorbs it. And as it does so, the face smiles a bit on either end. And the candles it's holding flame up a bit and grow brighter.
So I assume like you've written the spells that you do know somewhere, but you just
No,
Wait, this is
not,
just like
what it-
losing
no,
a spell and you
he
get
said
back.
I lose it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
you
don't
lose
like
it.
the
You don't
spell's
forget
not
it
gone
permanently.
forever.
No,
Right.
but for the day you lose
that
it.
would.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why
you
it's just
lose
a
it-
sad face,
Oh, you
not
lose
like
it
a
for the
piss. Like
day.
just steal the spell.
Yeah, because that would be horrible.
Okay,
Yeah, that'd be-
Like, recovering a lost
That'd be
spell.
a terrible
Yeah.
monster.
Because as it is right now, I
Okay,
have to do
I
so
misunderstood
much
what you meant by
work to
lost,
gain
yeah.
a spell.
Yeah. So yeah, it sucks it in, and then it seems to hold on to it. Okay, 13,
All right.
13, 12.
12.
Yeah, Jovan's turn. You're off the side of the boat into the water.
Well,
actually,
I mean-
give me a reflex save.
Another one?
Yeah, to see if you can grab on. It shouldn't be too hard.
Okay. 11?
Yeah, you can grab onto the side.
Okay,
of the boat.
good. I grab onto the side of the boat because I will sink like a rock.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm going to attempt to climb back in the boat. How big is this boat again?
It's a normal rowboat size.
Because you can't fit that many people on a rowboat.
Well, you know.
A normal
long enough.
rowboat can hold like, I don't know, 4 people.
Like,
It's a
5.
summer camp rowboat.
yeah.
Those
I'm gonna
ones that
picture
you
like
bring
a-
your whole troop.
It's
So like
a
a-
big rowboat.
Okay.
I wouldn't argue
Like
about
a,
it.
like a super big rowboat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be like, am I gonna mess up people if I'm climbing in the boat?
No.
Like, am I
No,
gonna
no,
rock
no,
it
no.
significantly?
No, you're not
am I
gonna
gonna
rock it.
displace
The
other
spider
people?
only rocked it because it jumped off from 15 feet away,
Yeah.
hit the boat, and like rocked
Like a
it.
laser.
Yeah.
All right.
Or-
Yeah, I'm gonna climb back in.
Okay.
I can do that. Do I need to make a save?
Make a strength check.
Strength check. 10.
Yeah. You haul yourself back into the boat
All
easily
right.
enough. Now what? The spider is on the boat next to you.
I'm gonna draw my sword, but I'm gonna assume that climbing the boat and drawing my sword would probably
You can
be
attack.
used up. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll make an attack
Okay.
with my masterwork longsword. So, yeah, just +1 there. 13.
Yes. Yes, that's a hit.
Sweet. So let's see. So that'll be, yeah,
Wait.
+1, 9 damage.
All right. So you bring your long sword crashing down and cleave through the spider and just cut it in two. It just and it gets cut in two. Its candles immediately go out and it dies, gurgling a mass of black
Excellent.
blood that floods out.
Do I get?
Does the
and
spell?
large flows back into you.
Oh, thank God. Oh, all
It
right.
probably takes them time to digest it. So as
I
long as
guess
you
so.
kill them fast enough, you get the spell
Or
back.
it's like if they use it, it's I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
All
Either
right.
case, I get
Well, I'm gonna like take a small step and kick the body parts over the board.
They splash into the water. The other spiders screech in anger. All right. 12, 11,
Come at
10,
me.
9. It's the dwarves' turn.
I love it when the doors do their stuff.
The dwarves, in the meantime, not much of them seem to be able to do anything, and Anson turns to Thordhelt and goes, Thordhelt, you're up! And
Ooh.
Thordhelt turns to face down some of the spiders and brings a hand up to his head like this.
Ooh.
Yes.
First time seeing Thordheld in
I
action.
want you to know, I figured out what he was before you guessed it.
Oh.
But you were right.
What do you mean you figured out what he was before?
Like, James didn't say, oh, psionics, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I have done that before, but it didn't happen this time.
Yeah, that's the classic GM trick where it's like, I have this thing about this guy, and
Yeah.
people are talking about like, oh man, those are way cooler.
Yeah. No. I even figured out how psionics works in DCC. Which,
Yeah, because I was hoping that there'd be some
there-
interaction to see if the spiders could also absorb his energies.
Right.
Because
Oh,
Are there rules for psionics for DCC?
Nope, I made them up.
Ooh,
Nice.
Interesting. So it's a different type of spell casting.
Yeah.
Because there's already clerical magic, which
Yep.
works with disapproval, and then there's wizard magic. I wonder what you do with psionics.
Yeah, it must
you
be
lose
pretty different.
intelligence.
So he focuses his mind on two of the spiders on either side of the wall. And you can see that in his head, veins begin to pop out and bulge a bit, and he goes, "Grr," and he focuses. Let's make some will saves here.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. All right. So one of the spiders reels back a bit, going and screeching from some unknown pain. It seems to be in some sort of agony, and it scratches itself. The other one reels back a bit, and then something goes, and its head just explodes.
Whoa.
And it
Nice.
falls off the wall into the water below and hits the water with a splash.
Oh, sweet.
In the meantime, Anson and Drothus
I
turn
just
to each other.
stare at Thorheld.
Anson and Drothus turn to each other, and Gergen goes, "Row me over to that rock! It's time to show them what my hammer can do!" And they grab their...
Well,
And They grab their shovels and row the rowboat over to one side of the rock, right next to a spider on that side. So they rowed over near that part of the cavern wall. And Gergen brings his hammer up and looks at it and goes, Anson, you think this is okay? And Anson nods and he goes, yeah, as long as we can get ahead of it. And Gergen turns back to all of you and goes, hold on.
I hold on.
And he brings the hammer back and he goes, ancient ancestors of the Stone Door clan, I call upon thy power.
Uh-oh.
Bring this wall down before me. And he swings the hammer back.
I am not excited about this argument.
And you see this surge of energy go through it, and he goes, and he hits it against the side of the rock wall. And as he does this, massive crack goes renting up the side of the rock, and just goes and cracks and rumbles. And suddenly the cavern breaks off, and a shelf of rock goes sliding down behind the boat, taking several of the spiders with it.
Yikes.
They careen off to the side, and as the rocks hit, they create a kind of force wave which goes towards the boat and pushes it forward with a sense of propulsion underneath the spider web. And the dwarves will go, ah! All right, back around to the top. Dadriel, you're up.